If you're thinking about moving to Salem, Oregon or the Willamette Valley, you're in the right place. In this video, we're gonna go over the good, the bad, and the ugly. So stay tuned, you don't wanna miss this. Hi everybody, welcome to Oregon Expeditions. My name is Rudy Gadibai. I am a mortgage loan officer with Synergy One Lending. Today I'm here with Leslie Hayasi. She is a realtor with eXp Realty and her channel is Salem, Oregon Living.
Yes.
So be sure to like and subscribe to both of our channels so you don't miss more content like this, and it helps the algorithm get people over here who are also interested in moving to Salem, Oregon. Yep. Today we're going to go over 5 pros and 5 cons about living in Salem, Oregon. And our information is located here, so please reach out to us if you have any questions about relocating, or if you're ready to start the process, we can get you going.
Or if you have any ideas about future videos you'd like to see us do, that would be awesome. Pro number 1 of living in Salem: it's really easy to vote in Salem, or actually anywhere in Oregon for that matter, because we are one of only 5 states where all of our elections are completely by vote by mail. And so that happened, I think, back in 1998 with ballot measure 60 that was passed and kind of like made our voting system kind of like vote by mail. But you can still vote in person if you want. You can vote early, or you can, go down to the county elections office and vote on, election day. But I like voting by mail because, it's so easy, right?
Absolutely. I don't think I would vote nearly as much if it was just in person. I mean, I still do my part, but it certainly makes it convenient.
Right, and I think because of that convenience, Oregon is also one of the states with the highest voter turnout rate. You get your ballot and your pamphlet by mail 2 to 3 weeks before the election, and it gives you time to kind of mull over the ballot measures, and you can cast your vote from your kitchen table in your jammies, like I do. So it's awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when you're in a state that rains as much as we do in November,
who wants to get out?
You don't
and
want to go out
in
and
the rain?
win.
No.
Just right to the mailbox.
Exactly. And if you don't get it mailed in time, you do have to mail your ballot in enough time to get to the elections office on the day that's supposed to get there. But you can go and then drop it off at any of the election. So it makes it the ballot drop boxes. So they make it really easy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have a Ross grocery store.
Yep.
A quarter mile from my house, and that's usually where I go and drop it off.
Yep. Pro number 2 is Salem's wine and beer scene are top notch. So if you like wine or you like beer, we totally have you covered. In fact, like the wine scene in Salem has slowly been growing in prestige and popularity for the last 2 decades. And see if you can guess how many wineries we have in Salem, or in the Willamette Valley now.
500.
More. We have over 700 wineries now.
No way.
Yes, and it's grown from 135 to over 700.
Gosh.
And I know, it's crazy.
That's
I mean, they're just everywhere. And actually, Time magazine recently added the Willamette Valley to its greatest places list. So it covers like the 50 best places to visit in the world, and Willamette Valley is now one of those, and we're being called the next Napa.
Who would have thought?
I know.
Little Willamette Valley, the next Napa.
Yeah.
It's true though.
It's true. And so since Salem is pretty much located smack dab in the middle of the Willamette Valley, if you want an awesome glass of Pinot Noir or Pinot Gris or Viognier or Chardonnay, it's right outside your door.
Absolutely, yeah. You can
go anywhere.
Go anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, just even going to the store, it's just like there's all these awesome wines just on the grocery store shelves,
All this awesome wine and beer.
Oh, yeah.
No liquor in the grocery stores.
Right. But wine and beer got you covered. And we're also known for our craft beer scene, too. There's some really top-notch breweries here in town, and those are starting to grow just more and more of them coming on scene like daily, it seems like. All right, and pro number 3. Okay, is if you are an environmentally conscious person, I think you would find Oregon kind of like right up your alley as well, because Oregon as a whole is a really environmentally conscious state. We are one of the states that has like one of the lowest carbon footprints in the nation.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
What are we doing as far as recycling?
Well, so Salem is definitely doing its part to help with, you know, the environment and things like that. We have a really robust, you know, recycling program. I mean, like, you don't have to. I mean, I've been to other states. I go and visit my parents, and they don't have a recycling program. If they want to recycle, they would have to actually like bag up all their stuff and every week take it to a recycling center.
That's a hassle.
Right, but we have two main, I'd say, garbage collection companies in here in town. There's D&O Garbage, which is a locally owned company, and then there's Republic, which is national. But they both provide these ginormous blue recycling containers, and all you do is you just put your cardboard and your cans and bottles and whatever that you can recycle in there every week, and it's picked up every week right from your curb. So it makes recycling super easy.
Wow.
And we have bottle drop.
Yeah, bottle drop. I usually collect enough cans that every time I go in, I probably have about $100 worth of bottle deposits, and then I take myself out to a nice meal.
Yeah.
As a little reward.
Yep. I have my kids take all the cans down there, and they can, you know, get the money for it and do whatever they want with it.
Yep.
But
10 cents.
Yeah, 10 cents a can. And it's gone up from 5.
Yeah.
It used to be 5, now it's 10. So it's actually kind of cool. And so we also, in 2020, the city council passed 2 greenhouse gas emissions like reduction goals or something like that.
Yeah.
One for 2030, we want to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions by 50% in 2035, and then by 2050, the goal is for Salem to be a carbon neutral city. So we're definitely, you know, trying to do our part, and I know a lot of people that recycle. Almost everybody I know that recycles, because I mean it's right there, right?
It's just so convenient.
It's just, yeah.
There's no excuse really not to.
Right, and composting is huge, and things like that. So
Very green.
Okay, and so pro number 4, this is kind of, I'd say this is more of a personal pro, but when I moved from Colorado, I was so blown away at the variety of like plants and flowers and trees and shrubs that are here that I'd never seen. Like, we have magnolia trees here, they're gorgeous, you know, and just you can plant so many more things here and grow so many more things. And so I think our growing season here is around 125 to 130 days. So it's, you know, a pretty nice,
large,
and year-round growing is possible here because we have pretty mild winters, and if it's going to freeze you, if you have a little greenhouse, you can move things into there and stuff like that. But I mean, there's just so many berries and citrus trees and just all kinds of stuff. I mean, like I don't know how many places I passed in homes that have banana trees in the yard or palm trees, you know?
Yep. Yeah, so, I have a huge banana tree in my backyard.
Oh my gosh, okay.
Yeah, it
cool.
doesn't produce big bananas, but
little itty bitty ones?
Little tiny cute bananas, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not for eating, but they sure are cute.
Yeah. So there's just so many things that you can plant and so and grow that, you know, I wasn't able to grow in Colorado because it's just it's just too dry and we don't get enough water, and the winters are just way too cold and stuff like that. So that was one of the things I enjoyed the most when I moved here, relocated here, was just like all the you pick berry farms you can go to and all the produce and
favorite summer activity of mine.
Everything. So I think being a gardener here is awesome. I have a pineapple guava tree in my backyard. I'd never had one of those.
A pineapple guava tree?
Yes.
That sounds like something you could only grow in like Hawaii.
I know, right? Yeah. See, that's what I mean. And so and they produce little fruits.
Yeah.
And they're so good. They're delicious. And then,
so are they like guava sized?
Yes.
But they taste like pineapple?
Well, they kind of.
Okay.
And they're really good. And they start like fruiting, I guess that's what you call it, towards the end of the season, like beginning of fall, through the fall. And when they're not fruiting, they're just beautiful, like kind of like silvery blue leaves, and they're just really pretty.
Okay.
And then just a while ago, I was up in Portland, and I was walking down the sidewalk, and there was this tree that had these little red berries on them.
Oh, and what was it?
It was called a strawberry tree. And
a strawberry tree?
Yeah, it was called, well, that's what the thing called, but I like, you know, did the app where you like take a picture of it and everything, and they were delicious. You could eat them, and they were so good.
Wow.
And I was telling my friend about that, and she's like, I've got one of those in my backyard. I was like, shut up, really? Yeah, so it's, I mean, just there's so many cool things.
Are they actually, they're not strawberries?
No. Have you ever had Captain Crunch? cereal
Yeah,
with
I
those
try not to.
with those
my mouth.
I know.
But yeah, I've had it.
With those red berry things,
Yeah.
but they're bigger. That's what it reminded me of. Is like some kind of Captain Crunch like berry, but it's red and it's bigger and it's just delicious. It's called strawberry tree. Yeah, they're so cool. So there's just so many things that you can plant here, and I'm just learning new things like every year. And my yard's not big enough to put everything in it that I want, but you know. Oh, figs trees. Oh my God, I would love a fig tree. Oh my gosh,
I can't even think of all the apple trees.
Yeah.
Berries.
Everything.
Plums, peaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you can.
Yep.
Watermelon, pumpkins.
Everything. Yeah, I need like.
We have it all.
So my last pro about living in Salem is there's just so many things to do, like all throughout the year, right?
There is.
Yeah, it's just you can find something to do every week. And I mean, in spring and summer, when the weather starts turning really nice, that's when things really, really heat up, right? But as far as outdoor activities and everything, but like you can literally you can go hiking, you can go biking, you can go canoeing, you could go stand-up paddle boarding, bird watching, you know, all these outdoor activities without even leaving Salem, you know? And then, you know, if you did want to go outside Salem, there's, like I said, we've talked about this in our last video, location. You can go to the coast very easily, and it's so centrally located. You can do all these like really cool day trips. You could go pick berries. That's one of my favorite things, and you said it was one of your favorite things too.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I love it. Like I freaked out when I first moved here and went to a U-Pick farm. I thought I died and went to heaven. I was like, this is amazing.
Oh, see,
it was so
here,
cool.
Yeah, being here my entire life, I didn't know that it was maybe not something that you would get in other states. I just thought it was a thing. Like everybody had all of
it was so cool.
And,
and we go every single year. I mean, my kids, they've gone every single year since they were born, you know, and we have some of our favorite spots in town that I like going to. Fordyce Farms is one of my favorite places to go. And that place, I've literally watched it grow up through the years. Like it started as one of their younger kids with a little card table and a money can or whatever and a little scale, and he'd weigh people's stuff as they came in and out. And now they've got a store and a bakery and all kinds of cool stuff. And so it's really neat.
Yeah, and they have things throughout the year too. I would go there in the summer for blackberries and blueberries, and then in the fall they have like a
pumpkin
autumn
patch.
fest.
Yep,
and they have a corn maze, pumpkin patch.
Yes.
They sell all sorts of little autumn goodies.
Yeah. So when the weather starts kind of turning cooler, there's all that kind of stuff to do in the fall. You can do all kinds of different, you know, fall related things. In the winter, there's still hiking and biking and things like that. You have to work around the rain a little bit,
and you might
limited. Might get a little bit more wet and cold or whatever. But you can still take your dog to all the dog parks we have in town. You can still go and enjoy the parks. You know,
there's still stuff to do like that, but there's also stuff you can do in the mountains that's winter related.
Yes, the skiing. We're not far from that, and tubing. You know. And that sort of thing. So, and then, you know, there's plenty to do indoors too in Salem when the weather turns, you know, not so great. So there we've got Hallie Ford Museum, and we've got all these more like cultural type of things where you could go and tour Deepwood Estates or, you know, all that kind of stuff, indoor stuff, catch live music at, you know, bars or restaurants or,
all sorts of things.
Yeah.
So con number one, and on this list, this is probably the worst for me personally, is the seasonal allergies. So we do have a lot of beautiful trees and flowers and grasses, but if you have allergies, this is your worst nightmare. The whole month of May and June, I'm just a mess. Eyes are watering, sneezing, coughing, headaches.
And you feel like you're getting sick, but it's allergies, you know?
Yeah, sometimes I don't, well, now I know it's allergies, but before, when I first started getting allergies, I thought it maybe was a cold or something. Yeah, but you're just a mess all
the time.
All the time, yep. So I did an allergy test at the doctor's once.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and they test for, on one arm, they like do little pricks of like plants and trees and grasses, and on the other one, they do animals and dust and cockroaches.
Oh, gross.
I found out I was mildly allergic to cockroaches, but
Oh.
yeah. So this farm with the animals and stuff, it was pretty much fine, but this one was like a whole mound. Like I'm allergic to everything in the Willamette Valley. Yeah. And it itched for a few days. So yeah.
I've got this vision of your whole arm just
Yeah.
turning into this big puffy mound. It's not funny, but
disaster.
Ouch, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, some of the things you can do to kind of keep the pollen count in your face down is to really just stay inside, close all the windows and doors, and maybe get an air purifier that helps a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, in May when the allergy starts, it's also when the weather starts to get nice in Oregon.
And who wants to stay inside?
Yeah. So, I mean, do your best to get medicated or whatever works for you so you can enjoy the beautiful spring.
Yeah.
And you can go to these U-pick farms. And,
Right. And all these places that we're talking about that are pros and all the activities that we were just talking about, because that's one of the awesome things about living in Oregon is just the summer weather and the outdoor activities. Yeah.
Do love a U-pick farm, but if I go to a strawberry field and I'm in it and I'm wearing shorts, I come out and my whole leg is just inflamed.
Oh no, yeah.
So I gotta make sure to go on a kind of a cool day when I can wear pants and enjoy myself.
Yeah, definitely something to think about.
So con number 2 is Salem doesn't have any really big venues.
Nope.
Oregon as a whole doesn't have any major sports teams, or we don't have a place in Salem that would even be able to hold a sports team.
No.
Really, we have the Trailblazers up in Portland.
I'd say they're a major sports team.
They're a major sports team.
And Timbers, but that's
And
it.
Timbers, and that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're looking
no
for like NFL or Major League Baseball, we don't have it.
If you want to see, you know, the Gaga, the Taylor Swifts, the what's cool these days.
Yeah, it's going to be up in Portland, not here.
It's all going to be up in Portland. We do have a lot of, you know, nice local venues and local bands, some live musics, but nothing big.
Right. Yeah. So I'd say probably the biggest concerts we have are when the state fair is in town. But then that's it really for like big concerts.
Yeah. And I think they're usually older artists.
Yes.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right. But they're not like
the big happening now.
Right.
Yeah.
The popular ones right now. Exactly.
Yeah. But I mean, I would go to the state fair and watch me some Salt and Pepper.
It's Salt and Pepper.
What else?
What was it? Boys to Men or something like that. Some
Men,
really old ones back then. I mean, they're not old. Oh my God, I'm digging myself.
I don't know.
Shut up.
Is NSYNC there yet?
Oh,
Is there at least state fair level?
I don't know.
Because I'll get down with some NSYNC. Some JT. I think he's still too big though.
Probably.
Playing state fairs.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
But and there's the casinos too that have the concerts and stuff. So those are So I mean, you can go and see things, but again, like the really popular big name artists, they go to Portland or Seattle. Yeah, they'll not be here.
So con number 3 is the traffic. It's not really too terrible. So we just have one bus system.
Chariots.
Yeah, like chariot bus system. So, I mean, most people here commute with their own car. So during rush hour, it can tend to back up traffic because there's so many people on the road. So if you're out between, 4 and 7, you can expect some delays.
Yeah. Depending on where you're going in town, if you're heading over West Salem or something like that.
If you're heading to West Salem, forget about it.
Yeah.
You're going to be sitting there
for a little bit,
probably like a half an hour just to get over the bridge to go home.
Which some people may not, like they're coming from California, they're going to be like, what traffic? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's all perspective, but for us, it's like, oh, come on,
Yeah,
so
get on with it.
Yeah. And there's also, I think, there's not a subway or anything like that. Or
No light rails, nothing futuristic and
cool.
Modern, just one bus system and your car. And your bike.
But it's not a very bike friendly city, to be honest. I mean,
Oregon as a whole is pretty bike friendly, but Salem is just not there
it's
yet.
Not, no. But Portland is definitely, I think, more bike friendly, bike commuter type of city, but Salem's got some work to do.
Improving though. I think
there's more bike lanes being added.
Like a whole lane for traffic downtown and turn it just into a bike lane now.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So they're doing what they can to get there, but they're just not quite there yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
So.
You can ride your bike from Minto Brown to the riverfront to Wallace Marine Park, which is 3 different areas in Salem.
Yeah,
So,
through the trail system. That's a really beautiful ride. So that's really pretty. Yeah.
Beautiful, and it's just convenient to go from downtown to West Salem to South Salem through the parks.
Right. It is pretty awesome to do that.
Con number 4 here in Salem is crime. But I would say most of it, we're slightly above the national average when it comes to crime, and I would say that's because of property crime here in Salem. I have had a car broken into once in my driveway, and I hear that's a pretty common thing for the city as a whole. I mean, do your own research, and there are places that are worse than others.
Yeah, areas down.
Yeah.
That are definitely worse than others, yeah.
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 But the good thing is violent crime rate is kind of below the national average, so and I think that's more severe than just petty theft.
And I mean, it does happen
vandalism.
here and stuff like that, of course, because it happen everywhere, but I feel like for the most part, it's a pretty safe city, and you know.
I feel the same. I mean, I can walk, I actually do go on walks at night all the time, and I never feel at risk of my safety.
Right, yeah, I do all the time too. Yeah, I do.
So.
In the dark, with my dog.
Oh yeah, in the dark.
Who's this big, and he wouldn't be much help at all. I mean, he's scared of his own shadow, so whatever. Yeah.
I mean, you kind of got to, because November, December gets dark at like 4:30.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you don't have your chance to go for your walk or walk your dog in the day, you're doing it at night, and it gets dark early. That's one of the things I never liked about the winter here.
4.5.
Yes. Con 4.235. Exactly. It's just like, it's like 4 o'clock. It's like dark. And it's even 4 o'clock, I would say, instead of 4:30.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, the darkest hour.
And you're waking up in the dark, and you're getting out of the office in the dark.
Yeah.
That's not. I hate that part of the year. Ugh.
Yeah, but during that time, you're not getting violently beat.
That's true. That's a good thing.
You might be getting robbed somewhere.
Or your car broken into, or your bike stolen, but you're not getting, shot at. So that's good. Yeah, it's not like there were, streets of Chicago or anything like that.
No, a lot of.
No offense to Chicago.
No, a lot of porch theft.
Oh yeah, a lot of porch pirates. Yeah, those. I mean, and that's probably again like, I would say that's probably everywhere, but that's just. I mean,
a little bit higher here. Get a good Ring doorbell, security camera on your garage. You're good to go.
Yeah, or have Amazon can do like the garage delivery where they can open up their garage. And that's so weird when you're standing in your garage and all of a sudden the door starts opening up and there's your Amazon guy. Hi. Oh, hi.
Actually, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Oh yeah, it happens to me a lot, believe me. I was like, it's like my garage door's opening up and it's the delivery guy putting something in. I'm like, oh, hi.
Yeah.
I'll take that. He's like, hi. So that's happened several times. But it's better than leaving it on the porch, because then if you're at work and everything, you don't know if it's going to be there when you get back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, in conclusion, lock your stuff up, get a camera, don't join a gang. And
that's true. You'll be all right.
You'll be set.
Yeah.
Con number 5. There's supposed to be a massive earthquake, not to just hit Salem, but I mean the whole West Coast.
Yeah, and it's not a if, it's a when.
Yeah,
that's
it's
what they're saying. Yeah.
Let me tell you a little bit about it.
All right.
Okay.
Read us the scary facts here.
Okay, Oregon has the potential for a 9.0 magnitude earthquake caused by the Cascadia subduction zone, and as a result, we might have a tsunami of 100 feet high. Yeah, it'll impact the whole coastal area. There's an estimated 5 to 7 minutes of shaking or rolling that will be felt along the coastline, with the strength and intensity decreasing the further you are inland. So I mean, it's a good thing that we are in about 60 miles from the coast, but there's no doubt that it's going to be devastating for Salem.
Yeah, and for Oregon as a whole, and I think we'll probably get our services will be, probably disrupted and everything like that for a couple weeks or more.
Oh, they absolutely will. And
but
we have a whole bunch. Our whole downtown's like a historical buildings.
Yeah,
those,
so those
I'm sure are not retrofitted for
right. So we
for
could
earthquakes.
Yeah, and Portland's supposed to with the water in the ports there, they may face more damage than we might. But I mean, just the losses that I think Oregon could face as a whole. When that happens, with the coasts and stuff, it's really scary to think about.
Yeah, it's gonna be, the last one happened in the 1700s.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you said, it's just a matter of time before
Yeah.
it's gonna get hit again.
Yeah, and with all that shaking, 5 to 7 minutes of shaking and rolling, I mean, I've heard that it, could almost liquefy the mountains out there. So how are you people out there supposed to, get to higher ground if that's all,
I would not want
shaking like a bowl of Jello out there?
I would not want to be a coastal city.
Right.
I mean, Salem may be a coastal city after this earthquake
Right. God,
happens.
yeah.
It's just, it's
Yeah.
not scary, yeah.
And so there's precautions we can take. I mean, just trying to have as much, your not really a go bag, but just emergency rations and water and things like that.
It's not a bad idea to prep a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think, how many people do you think have earthquake insurance in Salem? I know
probably not a lot. I mean,
don't.
I was looking at new insurance, homeowners insurance, and earthquake insurance it's an addendum or something that you put on. It just doesn't come with it. You have to pay extra for that.
Oh yeah, and it's spendy too.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I'll pass on
Yeah,
that.
I wonder if they've increased the prices because they know this is coming.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Be prepared. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's scary.
So yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot you can do besides
just having
getting a little
an
food.
emergency plan. And an emergency plan to connect with your loved ones if it happens and you're all out and about, like how you're going to communicate with each other and how you're going to get back in touch with each other, and just have some food rations and water and maybe a generator. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. Otherwise, brace for impact.
Yeah.
I hope you found that information useful. I should be covering a new city or a new neighborhood, new event in Oregon every week or so. But if there's anything you want me to cover, please let me know and I'd be happy to check into that for you. I am a mortgage loan officer, so if you do plan on relocating to Oregon, let me know and I'd be happy to help you with that transaction. Please like and subscribe for more content like this, and thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.